you decided to take aeronautical engineering, correct? So whenever I used to ask students, why did you choose aeronautical engineering? I myself give the answer. Sir, I was always thrilled by watching the aircraft flying. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yeah. Okay. Earlier I used to go to student house, everyone. Then I found every student is thrilled by seeing the aircraft flying. So he has chosen the aircraft, aeronautical engineering. Okay. And you have taken, I consider aeronautical engineering as the most challenging branch in engineering. Because not everyone is dealing with aircraft or rockets, correct? Especially aircraft. Do you know how many companies make aircraft in the world today? Passenger aircraft? Can you name one or two? Yes, correct, absolutely. Next? Yes. Can you name a third company? That's all. Bombardier is a very small, okay, good. But the whole aircraft market is in the hands of two companies, Airbus in Europe, Boeing in America. You will find in this fascinating branch of engineering, there are always two people, one in Europe, one in America. You know how many companies are there making aircraft engines? Can you name them? Excellent. Then? CFM. Excellent. Can you name a third company? Very difficult. They make one or two small. So, there were a lot of companies, McDonald's, Douglas, etc. But this only shows that it is extremely difficult to enter into aeronautical field, whether engine or aircraft, and much more difficult to survive the competition and technology, the economics, the marketing, the customer satisfaction, etc. Take anything about aircraft, it is fascinating and hugely challenging. So you have to be on your toes every day, every hour. If you want to convert your degree of aeronautical engineering to become a successful aeronautical professional, it's a huge challenge, maximum challenger in the world. Be aware of it. I am sure you can make it, I have no doubt. Indians are known for extreme hard working and extra intelligence. Unlike the Western people who are so systematic, but that intelligence, the extra, is always with the Indians. And in a way, I consider aircraft making is much more challenging than rocket for a simple reason. It involves human beings. See, aircraft 380, it carries 700 passengers. Why the pilot is paid huge? Why the pilot is given maximum rest? In air, the life of 780 people are in his hand. One error by him, finished. Okay? No other profession has this. Take rockets. Once they leave, you have no control. All are autonomous control systems. Okay? And aircraft and space is so expensive because 50% of the budget goes in testing. Testing. You cannot fly one item which was not tested on ground. 50% of the cost of aircraft goes in testing. Same is the case with the rockets. So, all the aeronautical people, they should be well conversant in mechanical, testing structures, etc. and electronics, and today software. Remember, pure aeronautics may not give great opportunities, but you are an aeronautics guy, you are good at mechanical, you know a bit of electronics, you are master of software, sky is the limit. You can reach any level and you can bring a lot to your college, where you spent the prime youth of 4 years you have spent here. Okay? And before starting, I would like to slightly invoke your thought process. Engineering is a craze in India, not other places, I can tell you. I have been to Australia, England and America, nowhere else. But science is there. And in between we have technology. What is the difference between science, engineering and technology? Any idea? Anyone can raise your hand and try to tell what you understood? Can you define engineering in all your textbook, every subject? Start with definition. If you define a subject, definition itself helps you understand nearly 50%. Okay? Anyone? You can define anything.
Engineering is the design and analysis and operating and maintenance also involved in this.
Excellent. Very good. Then anyone else? Technology. What your degree is BE or BTech? Your degree is BE or BTech? BTech. Okay, technology is there with you. What is technology?
So technology is the application of science.
Well, so is engineering. That's what your friend said.
With some certain techniques.
Okay, fine. Correct. Your answer is correct. Then what is science? Everybody goes back to science. Then what is science?
So the study of nature.
Excellent. Excellent. What's your name?
Aditya Kumar. Aditya Kumar.
Aditya Kumar, you must be a rank holder in the class. No.
No, sir.
You will become soon, I have no doubt.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. See, perfect definition is that science is observing nature. You know, the first and famous science journal in the world is called Nature. All the top scientists, Einstein, Newton, everyone have published a paper in Nature. Raman published a paper in Nature. Afterwards, I don't know any Indians working in India has published his paper in Nature. That's so difficult. Even a one-page technical note in Nature carries huge recognition and weight. Need not be a full paper. One-page technical note in Nature makes you a very rare kind of scientist. So nature is science is study of nature. And engineering, I would say, I also learned a lot of research understanding. I would say engineering is harnessing nature. Whatever you said, I am putting into a proper English, better English. What is harness? Any idea? What is harness? Don't know. I think you guys should have dictionary on your table. Every day, English is not our mother tongue. Refer dictionary. I learned very late when I looked for harness meaning. Oxford dictionary shows a picture of horse. Horse is the most powerful of man's friendly animals. They are unfriendly, he can't do anything. Okay. And the man, he found a way to control the horse. He called aircraft engine horsepower, correct? Why is called horsepower? Horse is always considered to be very powerful in civil or military field. So you see a lot of leather straps are put around the horse, near mouth, near shoulder. And how will you climb and sit stably in the horse? You need some support. Saddle, all these things together are called harness. Okay, so engineering is harnessing science for human welfare. Then in between, what is technology? Science is defined, engineering is defined. What is technology? You all know, but you are looking for proper words, I know. I will come back in a different way. Which is the best food you have taken? Not a type of food, whether hotel or hostel or home. Which is the best food? Tasty. Any day you can go and eat. And home. Yes, home. Home food is always tasty. Why? Have you ever thought about it? Home food is prepared by mother. Okay? And the food is not engineering or science. I will give you same procedure sheet for everybody to make biryani. I will give you same ingredient. You 10 guys make a biryani, even 10 guys, 10 girls make a biryani. Will it taste the same? No. Why? Every one of you apply your own understanding, appreciation of cooking. Okay? It cannot be procedurally same, correct? Sequence, the color, sequence timing alone is not sufficient. You see how the color changes, etc. So these cannot be defined completely. It comes by way of feel. Okay? This is called technology. That's why how many directors take different kind of movies? There is an institute called film technology. But by studying the film technology, getting a gold medal doesn't make him a top director, correct? This is similar to food technology, film technology, food technology. They all come from the heart. Mother, when you prepare the food, her soul, whole mind and soul is in preparing the food because it is meant for a child, dear kids. So that is technology. Okay? Why I am saying this is, you do any work wholeheartedly, any science or engineering work, putting the whole heart and soul, the way your mother cooks for you, you will become outstanding in whatever you do. Okay? With this, we'll come back to the main business. Okay? From fishing hamlet Tumba. Really, it is a fishing hamlet. And there is a recently a ISRO scientist who is good in writing, compiled a book from fishing hamlet to red planet. I recommend Professor Sukumar to buy the book, keep in your library. It is written by different ISRO people about the problem they solve, how ISRO has evolved. It's not very technical, but semi-technical, but very inspirational, very useful. Okay? I passed out in 1871. In 1969, we made an industrial tour to Trivandrum, where 4 or 5 chemical factories were there. We visited Tumba also. That is the time, 1969, Neil Armstrong landed on moon. USIS, American Embassy, made screening of the film. All the school, colleges, etc. We were all inspired, seeing great machines, etc. When we visited Tumba, we knew India is a poor country, it cannot be very big. But we all felt heartbroken when we asked the engineer who were taking us, sir, where is our launch pad? Sir, show us launch pad. Then he is taken to a tarpaulin covered small stand. We removed the tarpaulin. The rocket launch pad is adjustable to the height of the launch. We are all heartbroken. We knew India is not a great space power in 1969. But still, we can't imagine having a foldable launch pad. See, from that era to most modern launch pad in Shigarikota, 2 launch pads, who can launch any kind of rocket. PSLV, GSLV Mark II, GSLV Mark III. It has got such a huge, flexible infrastructure, electrical, mechanical, etc. It's a tremendous achievement. It's a 100 mm dia rocket. This is a 200 mm dia rocket. 60s rocket. Then 1980, Abdul Kalam, he was the first project director of a rocket. He made a small rocket, 17 ton weight, 40 kg satellite. Then we have gone for an augmented satellite. Same rocket is put strap on. We thought it is very simple. But we were focusing on greater, bigger payload. So we thought we will add a big booster. We failed. We have taken it, its success taken for granted because all the motors are proven. It failed to our shock. Then failure analysis committee came with some findings. Following year, we have gone for launch. Ditto failure. Same time, same type of failure. Heartbroken because we are all human beings. We are working in a technology. Anybody can commit a mistake. But only a third-rate idiot will commit same mistake twice. We were in that category. Because we are focusing on the power of the rocket, we have failed to see the power of the nature. Panchabhuta, air is the most powerful nature because it has no space, it can move anywhere. So when the rocket, slender rocket is accelerating very high velocity, the air can break the aluminium metal. Vehicle was broken into 2 in the interstage aluminium structure. We realized after 2 failures. But God is always kind to India and ISRO. That is the time we were designing GSLV rocket. It's a huge rocket, 320 ton lift-off weight. So luckily, fabrication is not started. So we modified the design to take care of this kind of failure. That way, we were very lucky. Then, this is a PSLV, 1993, first launch. It's a very complex vehicle. First stage solid, second stage liquid, third stage solid, fourth stage liquid. Liquid engine is very solid. We had a plant. We know how to make a composition. Then we are successful. But liquid is not so. Turbo pump, high-speed pump, fabrication, lot of component, assembly, testing, only can cause damage. Very complex. Everything works, solid works, separated. Liquid engine works, separated. Third, solid work, separated. But we realized it is not following the trajectory. It is going some other way. With the satellite force weight had fallen in Bay of Bengal. Software error. There was a basic software mistake where a same code is repeated for some number, which is taught in second year computer science. People have overlooked that. So even the rocket had gone to some altitude, it thought it has not in that altitude. So it has gone back. What a way. People cry. It is not a technology failure. It is a stupid second year BE failure. The technology failed, we can console, yes, we have not learned, we have not understood. That failure has made us doubly alert. Then we have gone for cryogenic engine and GSLV Mark II. This is a Mark III. This is a Bahubali of rocket. 640 ton lift-off weight. Imagine 17 ton. Okay, payload is 4 ton. Here 45 kg. We never imagine, even in 30-40 years, we will be able to make such a huge rocket. So friends, it only shows that if you start doing one thing, believe in yourself, pursue every day, put effort every day, whatever is the failure, you will reach the goal. What time may be slightly different. That's all. Of course, on seeing this photo itself, I get goosebumps. What a man. 1963, as a plus 2 boy, I used to stand in queue get a ration rice. Rice was not available. When we get half kg or quarter kg or 150 gram, wheat was imported. Milk powder was imported. From that time, at that time, Sarabhai thought of space research. Can you imagine? What kind of visionary he was? He had such a great faith. Indian scientists and engineers, he made a small, humble beginning to support from UNESCO. Today, ISRO is one of the great powers. Amazing person. I was so fortunate to have a darshan of Vikram Sarabhai on December 29, 1971, when I went to interview for Tumba. We were all waiting, morning 8:35, 9 o'clock he will call. Then suddenly Sarabhai came. He always had good talk. He is a very Indian person. Suddenly he was coming, lot of people were following him. Hey, this must be Vikram Sarabhai. My God, we got excited. But I was the first fellow to be interviewed, and I must share this experience for all the students, especially final year students. Tamil, there is a proverb. Father's words are more than mantra. You treat whatever father says a mantra. But at your age, you don't care. Correct? How many of you give full due to father's advice? I doubt. Because your age is like that, teenage problem. It is my father who made me to apply for ISRO. I didn't want. Because salary was 325 rupees basic pay, 20 rupees annual increment. See, some of you will be laughing. Okay? So 550 rupees total salary. Who will go for this kind of job? I go to Bombay, Burma. I'll join color chemicals, Bombay chemical factories where they pay huge salary. Work there for some years, then go to Gulf, gain experience, go to USA. All this was going on, never mind. But nobody was willing to take me. All my interviews, I was out. So ISRO, when I was waiting for the interview, maybe I thought, space research with a BE degree and T2. And I looked at the people, my classmates, 5 rows were there. All of them were really more better than me, mark-wise, brain-wise, etc. I thought, okay, anyway, I am not going to be elected, see this kind of. From the guys from IIT, Kharagpur, Bombay University, Delhi, all these people were there. Anyway, I am not going to be selected. Even if they select, I may not join. What do I do? You have an interview, you get tension. You think the answer is something, you are not sure, you blabber something. I undergone all the torture for 6 months. Then on that day morning, I decided, let it happen. I will enjoy the interview. Don't worry. Okay? So, when your project work is very important. They asked in project work. I answered, because all repeat questions. Earlier interview, same question came. I bungled. But later on, I learned the answer. I answered. Then some question they asked about materials of construction. What is the heat exchanger materials? I answered. Then what is the condenser material? What is the composition? I was confused. Composition of materials, 8% chromium, 6-7% nickel, carbon 0.25 or 0.5. All these confusions were there. For one material I answered, second I said, sir, all these things is very difficult to remember and give you the correct answer. You give me the job. I know in this handbook, second chapter gives all the composition. I will take and use it. This kind of answer I have never given companies where I was very eager to join. I thought I am going to satisfy them, but they know my bunglings. I didn't know that. Then they laughed. Then they asked cost estimate. How did I arrive at a cost estimate project work? So I said, please don't ask anything about that chat. What is this, man? It is your own work. Project means cost is important. And you say you won't answer any question. Sir, as a final year student, what do I know about the cost of the materials, etc., fabrication in the market? Research, I simply put some number. I don't know standards in competitors in Bombay, Bangalore, Chennai. They all had a hearty laugh. Then why did you do it? So the professor said, without cost estimate, project is never complete. Then how did you do it? Sir, I went to library, there was a cost estimate handbook. There was one chart that is giving 5-year trend. I simply copied, changed the years, x-axis and y-axis. I put 10% more cost. I copied, put. They all laugh. My dear friend, you are 100% correct. Last 5 years, inflation is 2% per year. That is how it went on. What is the human interest in space? There are a number of areas of interest for human beings. One is scientific payload for atmospheric studies. Then satellite in low, the Russian space station is orbiting around the Earth. 2 people are there all the time. They do a lot of experiment on advanced medicines under low gravity conditions, etc. So it will yield great results for the very difficult diseases. Then polar orbit, North Pole to South Pole. North Pole to South Pole, satellite is watching world, globe. Globe is rotating east to west. What does it mean? You are watching the entire world. That is security, that is defense satellite. All the spy satellites are in polar orbit. You can watch troop movement, ship movement, etc. Geostationary orbit, as you know, at 36,675 kilometers from Earth, you put any satellite, its relative speed with respect to Earth is 0. That means you put a satellite facing India, always will face India, even though it is orbiting at a tremendous speed. That gives us communication. Today you go on TV, you get number of channels, some program, Olympics, held somewhere, you watch in your drawing room. All these things are possible because of the geostationary communication satellites. Then interplanetary mission. Chandrayaan, Mangalyaan, all these things are there. Then human in space. man always want to leave Earth, go to a new planet, etc. 100 years down now, 50 years down now, it may be a regular traffic. No one knows future. Okay, these are the interesting things. You know very well, I am not going to spend time. Kepler's law of orbital mechanics. You have studied in probably 5th semester or 6th semester. That decides, that's the basis for satellite. Newton, you know very well, law of gravity. This is the famous rocket equation, a very simple equation made by a Russian who cannot listen. So he attended school sitting at home, private teacher. He is the man who found a simple law. Incremental, logarithm of incremental velocity of mass. See, to escape from, to go to space you need fuel. To carry fuel you need a container. The container weight is more, it became inefficient. So the success of the space vehicle design is, the hardware should have a minimum weight, so that maximum weight is in fuel. That is important. That what is about mass equation of the rocket equation says. Robert Goddard, he is a professor USA who worked single-handedly on rockets in his backyard with a very small rocket. Government didn't support. No American government support. But with his wife's help, he worked on tiny rockets. He is a Hermann Ober. He is really a father of modern rocket science. He is the man who thought about rockets. He used to conduct exhibition in Germany about rockets. On pay $50, you pay and see. On his own money, he worked on rocket. Hermann Ober. He is a Russian. For anything, there is a Russian equal, Korolov. He is the first father of rocket in Russia. He is a Werner von Braun. He is the designer of modern rocketry. All people worked on scientific principle. Von Braun, Second World War time, was working on rocket. But Hitler did not have faith in rocket. He had a faith in tanks, aircrafts. If only Hitler had believed von Braun. Von Braun is a student of Hermann Ober. If only he had a faith in von Braun, probably German would have won the World War, not Americans. Probably my lecture would have been in German. You also would be speaking German. So rocketry had a great role in changing the World War. And I was so lucky to see Werner von Braun. He visited 1975 VSSC Trivandrum. He came as a president marketing of Fairchild Corporation. When India wanted to buy 4 INSAT satellites, he was one of the bidders. He came there to market for his company. He told India, why do you work on rocket? Don't waste your money. You tell us what you want, we will put the satellite. We will charge you a small amount. See how, today India is at par with all other nations. Then our respect for him has lost. Great man. So initially, any work, just started doing, then learning, then we learned how to operate. Now we are doing everything. Start doing anything, ultimately you will become a master. This is what I have shown you. This foldable launch pad. You see? This is a church building where the work has started. Okay? 1 second. This is a church building. When Tumba rocket station was acquired by Sarabhai, there was a church nearby the fishing village. And they were trying to build a small lab. Then the bishop invited them. In the church itself there are 2 halls. I vacate them. You use them for the experiment. You see that goodwill of Sarabhai to allow church to exist there, even though it is purchased by government. And same goodwill was returned by the bishop, use it for your work. This shows the kind of energy, positive-minded approach, what will come back to you. Still it is there. There is a space museum there. If time permits, you guys make a South India tour. Write a letter to PRO, VSSC. You can visit the museum where A to Z all rocket and satellite models are. This is a scene you would have seen. This payload was taken by cycle. This is a bigger payload, you can't put in the carrier, so somebody is holding and taking it. That is how the work started in 1960s. Now government, only jeep is allowed, very difficult to get a jeep. More than one jeep, no department can get, very difficult. This is a famous photo, you can identify this person who is sitting, correct? You know who is this person? Abdul Kalam, fresh from college. This is Dr. Aryabhatta, his classmate. Abdul Kalam is an average student, but Aryabhatta is a brilliant gold medalist, electronics. He retired as the director of the satellite center. It's a very famous photo. Today, see the payload. From that small tiny payload, education satellite is so huge. This is a state-of-the-art second launch pad, where you have the working platform, they can go this level, people can go assemble the rocket, this work in this level. It is comparable to any of the modern launch pad in anywhere in the world, completely indigenously designed in the world. This again goes back how the small units were made. Early 60s, you need something to start. Everything you cannot start on your own. So thanks to UNESCO, Government of India persuaded French to supply a small propellant plant, solid propellant plant. They supply, still it is working. Okay, PSLV strap-on motors are made in the plant in Trivandrum. Then fabrication of motor cases, nozzles, etc. Small workshop was started. Then R&D, aerodynamics, materials, structures, composites. Sarabhai recruited people all over the world. Mukherjee from Calcutta, Ojira from Hyderabad, Davarikar from Mumbai, S.C. Gupta from Delhi, and Muthanayagam from Chennai. All these people are working in USA and Europe. Sarabhai has carefully handpicked them. They are the founder fathers of ISRO. Each field, they made a monumental contribution. It's a great pleasure to work with any one of them who gave a complete freedom to ordinary BE fellows like this. This is a SLV, first to make a rocket, simple rocket, Kalam made. All four stages are solid, liquid we did not know, very complex. Okay, payload was only 40 kg. Some basic things only were done, simple control, not complex control, ordinary electronic processor. Very, very conservative because we didn't know marching. So, a similar rocket, slightly bigger, called Scout, made by NASA in 1950s. It launched into 150 kg satellites. But Kalam is a very, very shrewd, business-oriented person. He knew that you have to deliver the goods. Okay? So nobody is going to ask efficiency of rocket. Whether satellite is injected or not. 40 kg is good enough. You don't have to go for 100 kg, very efficient rocket, not required. Make a conservative rocket, conservative satellite, do it. All are very, very important lesson you learn from Abdul Kalam. After you launch, then you can do anything. Okay, don't try to be a hero. It is possible only in cinema, not in real life. Okay, no place for heroism in real life. With the 4 rockets, it was closed. Then we had gone for augmented satellite. I told you 2 failures, very difficult to come out. But we called ASL University, where we learned about aerodynamics, wind shear, etc. Okay, practical lesson we learned. Then we had gone for PSLV, quantum jump. That SLV first stage is 9-ton propellant. Same is used Agni booster, 9-ton propellant. This is how it looks, 9-ton propellant, 1 meter diameter. Whereas this fellow, 2.8 meter diameter, 129 tons of propellant. Can you imagine? Where is 9-ton? Where is 129 ton? Even how to handle this master size itself was a huge challenge. We made a dummy model all handling operation were tried with dummy model. But one thing is, at that time ISRO, most of us in the mid-30s, we had a decent experience and we know how to solve problem, go ahead. That came handy in all the fields. And PSLV, a brand new rocket, was realized in record 10 years. It's a huge achievement. This is a solid rocket, 129 ton. Nozzle handling, nozzle you know it's a very odd shape. Center of gravity for cylinder you can calculate. You know how to calculate for a nozzle center of gravity? One side conversion, throw, diversion, very complex. So handling nozzle itself, we took so much of time and effort. Till one nozzle was about to be damaged, we saved. We learned. Even handling of a component has to be respected. It's not easy. You make a huge nozzle, you don't know how to unload, you damage it, you know this. These are some machinery. This is you can't see the ground test of first stage 129 booster. The exhaust plumes have become so large, unimagined. You can't see the rocket. Horizontally it is kept by ground test. The 129 tons of vapor cloud, you see how it is. Then 125 we loaded more. Once we know the motor works, we improved the margin, improved the design. So we made it a maximum utility booster. But you know, in aerospace, testing is important. You test to achieve a statistically a good efficiency. Americans, as I told you, Indians are extra genius. That's why we don't follow traffic rules. We know, by the time truck comes, I can fish possible. Whereas European, they follow rule. Average people. Systematic is their effort. Okay? They do generally about 9 or 10 tests. Statistically, 2/3 majority should be success. There is a consecutive success criteria, etc. So we planned for 3 static tests, ground tests. We have done one test, 129 ton booster. Second test we have done, the thrust time graph was one over the other. Absolutely, it looks like a single line. Myself, my friend Chandrayaan, we argued, sir, why third test was sufficient? No, it is not like that. Say, why, what for? Then we put a question. Suppose third test you do due to some reason, the graph is slightly away, what will you do? How many more tests you will do? What the time it will take? We have lost time. We are all our bosses, big bosses. Still, ISRO had the freedom to question anything. Then they agreed with India is the only country by doing 2 tests it had gone for launch. Till now, it gives same performance. That is our mastery over solid rocket. Having done that, we thought third stage. This is a Kevlar epoxy composite motor case. This is a nozzle. We thought it's a child's play. It's a water motor, 7 ton. But I can tell you, this has given us headache for 2 years. First test successful, second test successful, third test nozzle has to vector for control. There is no separate control motor. Nozzle slightly deflect, it will control the rocket. In that test it failed. We all thought the structural member has failed, no. Then it took time for us to understand the toe behavior of a Kevlar epoxy composite and the thermal expansion is a very complex subject. Those days we didn't have such a great fast computers. Even the available computers, we have solved the problem about that. For 2 years it took, 2 failures. We had tears after this failure. This is a liquid engine. See, in liquid engine, turbo pump is there. You want to go for a high pressure engine, you have to inject the fuel oxidation at high pressure. For high pressure, you need high pressure pump. High pressure pump means turbo pump. You know very well turbine you studied, how complex it is to design a turbo pump. So we did the technology. Still, people try to make a small pressure-fed motor. First liquid engine failed. Second engine did not start. Third engine blast. Then the project director Narayanan,
met the chairman, he repeated, sir, we are so ignorant about this field. Otherwise, we will not make 3 failures. We need some technology support. Then only we can progress. See, he had that honesty. Even the project director admitted that he was ignorant of so many things. And Satish Dhawan, boss was also equally magnanimous. Yes, we can have a technology cooperation. So, with the European Space Agency, they are also developing a liquid engine. At that time, many people left space. Space was not remunerative. So, he struck an agreement with them. Indian engineers will come and work with you. You pay in franc. That itself will be 4 times Indian salary. Okay? So, 1/6 of the European salary, Indians, 80 fellows went and worked in France for 6 months, 3 months, 2 years, 3 years, etc. Together we developed a Vikas engine, Viking engine they call. We call it Vikas because the VIK stands for Vikram. Vikram Ambara Sarabhai. Okay? Vikas we call it. And that engine is one engine you develop in rocket. You keep on using it different way. You take 10 year development engine. That engine is used in PSLV, GSLV, in Mark 3, 2 engines are combined together. So, engine is a very valuable treasure. Just like that you can't put as a small engine. You put it to best use because, see, we Indians, most of us are from a frugal middle class family, correct? We always look for bargaining. The Indians are bargainers wherever they go. So, that frugal mindset has helped us to make a cost-effective, efficient design. That is one of the reasons for our low-cost economy. The liquid engine, you can imagine the propellant will be oscillating, correct? Okay, that will develop frequency, motions. That frequency, vehicle will have a frequency because nozzle exhaust gas is going very high velocity, gas will have its frequency. So all these will make a mess of it. So the liquid frequency surface oscillation to be controlled is a new phenomenon in rocketry. You provide slots on the by liquid tank. Like this, every stage you have new things to learn. This is how a liquid engine look like. We have a common bulkhead. There is no 2 independent tanks to save the LPD ratio. One tank, this tank the top becomes other tank's bottom. And through this pipeline, the fuel, the oxidizer, it is put to a pump, it worked. Nabinan was a project director. It's about 8 years of hard work. The engine is made by Godrej. ISRO has a policy, whatever others can do in India, we will not do. Otherwise, we will become a huge organization with a lot of trouble. Okay? Any manufacturing we will not do. We will give to private sector. India has abundant private sector capability, very enterprising entrepreneurs. So 100 companies in India are supporting ISRO by making component supply. When you graduate, probably you can make a stage and deliver to Sriharikota. ISRO is going to give such a work outside. Because more and more satellites to be launched. So we can't go on making every stage. So now procedure is standardized. Give it to outside companies. Godrej is one. L&T is coming up. New set of entrepreneurs are joining together coming up. Probably when you graduate, you may start your own company in electronics or hardware, etc. You can join those companies. So ISRO is going to provide you a fantastic opportunity. This is how the upper stage PS4 motor looks like. See the complex wiring, tubing, electrical wiring. The reason is the brain of the rocket is at the top. It can't be in the bottom because bottom after firing hardware is separated. So it has your wire till the bottom. All the wires, plumb line, etc. they start there. It's such a complex setup. One mistake by one technician can cause a damage. It all evolved our procedure with our development work. Then we have to make an interstage hardware. Bottom rocket separates. Then second stage nozzle is extending outside. So it has a housing structure that has to be separated. So like this, lot of sequencing operations have to be done. all the aluminum structures are given to HAL. HAL are masters in aluminum. Aluminum fabrication is very, very tricky, very sensitive metal. HAL has been working in the aerospace component for such a long time. So they make the interstage hardware for ISRO. When you go for PSLV, we have to put a new propellant plant, put a new fabrication machine. We have to go for a current technology for machine, not same old machine. So all things have given a lot of work to ISRO, and we were ready in time to launch PSLV in 1993. We also learned wind-based steering program. Against losing ASLV to wind shear, we mastered wind so much. We used the wind wind bias. Depending on wind direction, we allow a balloon to go. Balloon through sensors gives the wind velocity direction data. Accordingly, rocket direction is aligned with the wind, so that the propellant is not wasted in unnecessary control. You understand? We align with the wind to go. What is the slight 2 or 3 kilometers in nearer to earth doesn't make a huge difference. So these are all pure aerodynamics. Then we have PSLV made each launch has a different work. Improved payload, like solid booster, loading is increased to 39 ton. Once you know rocket works, you keep on doing small minor changes, not huge change, minor changes. Okay, where efficiency can be improved. So by this payload is, then second stage liquid, the engine combustion pressure was slightly increased. So by this process, the payload weight has gone up by 300 kg. Then we have to launch 2 satellites at a time. For that we have to go for interstate structure. Like this, every launch something new is coming, we are learning, we are improving. Then there was a need to augment the third stage motor, solid motor, which already gave us trouble. That also we have successfully done thanks to modern computers and simulation processors. It has been one of the most efficient motors in that class, 7th class. Then the adapters were changed into composites because of lightweight. They were huge in size. We have not made such a huge composite structure earlier. Now there is a need. We designed the machine, made a huge composite structure where it became more efficient. Then there was a situation sometime in 1996. China had a huge accident at launch pad. Launch pad, China go for liquid engine, all liquid engines. Their philosophy is different. They are hyperconic propellant. Launch pad itself, there was a booster leak, some accident. The entire launch pad has gone in blast. Then that issue came. We have only one launch pad at that time. Then question came, by chance something happened to us. By chance launch pad is a rocket blast. What will happen to the program? One young boy like you who joined from college 2 years back, he said, sir, no launch for next 5 years. He knew that to build a launch pad takes 4 to 5 years. Chairman was shocked, my God. Then let us go for second launch pad immediately. Already we had a steady project, some second launch was built. The second launch pad was built with the most modern technologies. Totally different. Then 2 satellites in one PSLV launch. This is a second launch pad, as I told you. Here, launch umbilical, that's called umbilical tower. Umbilical tower is a launch tower that connects electrical cables, hydraulic lines, pressurized line to the vehicle. So that till liftoff, you need not use onboard systems. Onboard systems are meant for flight. So, liquid tank can be pressurized, electrical system to be powered, all those things from ground it is done. You see when rocket takes off, lot of wires fall, correct? Flexible hoses fall. There are, all these items are attached to launch pad. So the first launch pad, vehicle is assembled in umbilical tower. to enable engineers and technicians work on the rocket. Different working platforms are there in service tower. That tower goes up. Then rocket is up. The second launch pad, it is on rail. The first launch pad is on rail. The second launch pad, there is a permanent building where rocket is prepared. And it has got a launch pedestal. So on the launch pedestal, the rocket moves on the rail, goes to the launch pad, where the propellant to be filled, gas to be pressurized, all those things are there. It's about 400 crore project. It took 5 to 6 years to build. This is a modern second launch pad. Then, see, it is not easy to have a commercial launch. Your rocket has to be reliable. You should prove 99.9% reliability. So PSLV, after some 10 launches only, someone came with a satellite for launch. Now PSLV is getting number of launches, satellite for launch. So C10 is the first commercial mission. Then once that is launched, other countries started coming to us for number of satellites. After PSLV is a polar orbit, 100 km, 1000 km polar orbit. Whereas for a communication satellite, the satellite has to be put in 36,600 kilometers. You need a powerful rocket to take off with a powerful upper stage. Till that time, we were giving contract to American companies. They used to launch inside satellites, etc. So this project was approved in 1991. Why this was delayed was to make such a powerful rocket. It was well understood we need cryogenic engine. But cryogenic engine development, every country has taken 20 years. Unimaginable. Very expensive. So 1991 cryogenic project, as our friend is Soviet Union. So Soviet Union helped. They say they will supply 2 cryogenic stages. You prepare them and launch. Meanwhile, we send our engineers to your place. Your engineers will train in Moscow. Our engineers will come to India, help you to make a cryogenic in India. 1 year over, Americans have stopped because India did not sign Missile Technology Control Regime. All the Indians in Moscow, they were asked to come back. All the Russians in Trivandrum, they were given return ticket to fly back home. So afterwards, whatever little bit we have learned, we were working on the PSLV booster development, 7 years. Then he came back to Trivandrum because my daughter has completed school. There is no college in Shigrikota. I put an agreement with my boss. After completing work, come back to Trivandrum. I came to Trivandrum. By the time I got 2 promotions. My boss told me, you are too senior to be accommodated here. What work you will do? Development is over. You find your own job. This is the price you have to pay for doing a job fast. Okay. So I don't know what to do. Then GSLV was formed. The GSLV project director was the Shigrikota launch director. At the time, he used to little bit, tease me, but I also softly countered him in technical matters. Then he saw me one day outside. Hey, you come back from Shah, what are you doing here? So I am looking yet to be placed. Why don't you join me? I will give you a cryogenic engine. I was shocked. So I joined GSLV project, interfacing with the Russians. I can tell you friends, you do not know how lucky you are to be an Indian. In all counts. First of all, it's a very fertile, great cultural country. And you have unlimited, abundant freedom. Nowhere in the world you get this. You can sit on the road, you can put the entire lab record, 10 piece put on the road. I have seen children doing it. No one questioning. Whereas you put one paper in France, 200 franc fine. In Singapore, $500 fine. You can't talk loud, laugh loud in buses in European countries. People will look at you as if you are a country brute. You will know the value of India once you leave India. You know the value of School of Aeronautics where you got abundant freedom. Okay, assignment date is fixed. Sir, no sir, I was not feeling well sir. All these stories, good stories, your professors are giving time. Okay, my granddaughter is studying in Melbourne. Dates are, schedules are fixed for the assignment. Nobody asks you. You submit on that day, taken for valuation. You do not submit, zero. Finish. No discussion. Whereas in India, everybody is kind towards youngsters. Although I don't know about this college, I know that professors have sympathy because they recall their old days as a student. How much they enjoyed the fun of the benevolent professors. So they have sympathy to young people, you enjoy. You join any other university outside, even New Zealand, I can tell you. I have visited all the universities to find out the system. Actually, the Mark 3 configuration now, that is what was required in 1990s for GSLV. And solid peroxide, new plant is required, take it to 4 years. Liquid peroxide, they combine 2 engines, make it, what is it? No sir, combining 2 engines, we have to test. For testing, we have to build a new test tank. Anything new test tank takes 3 years. So everything became 3 to 5 years business. Then our boss is always strong, powerful. He demanded, hey, put the same engine, same making engine, put the strap on, then configure the vehicle. My God, liquid engines are never strap on, they are only core. You see any American, Russian, French. Liquid is always core, not strap on. Okay, doesn't mean that we can do it. And as we started doing, we realized, see, these 4 engines are there. Fuel, oxidizer, independent balance for each engine. Independent. Suppose you start ignition command. By chance, due to some reason, one of the 4 engines flow rate a little less or little more. What will happen to the stability of the rocket? Tail. Liftoff will not be straight. Liftoff will be angular. If the angular is away from umbilical tower, it is okay. If it is towards umbilical tower, Diwali launched them. Donkeys. So this gave us really shivers. So how to make sure that all the 4 reach the steady state pressure initially? A team was constituted. I was a member. Okay, I thought it is an electronic software business. As an engine man, I also joined. 3 months work we thought became 2 years work. So much of detailing has to be done. Imagine a situation, one of the engines, so transient will be there. Initially, thrust will take some 8 to 10 seconds to develop. Gradually only combustion will take place. So when it just before steady state, 80%, what is that? Burn duration. 8.1 second. 8.1 second, all the 4 engines should reach the stage. If it doesn't happen, we collected this 8.1 second data based on some 100 ground engine tests. Then how do you implement it? Chamber pressure is monitored by the computer, correct? And when 8.3 second, computer will look for all the 4 chamber pressure. If it is not within the band, 1 sigma, 2 sigma, it will stop the engine. But how will you ensure reliable time for that pressure? That is the question posed. No answer. So a system was involved, listen to me carefully. So every 30 milliseconds, the computer acquires the pressure data. Pressure is growing every 30 milliseconds. 1000 milliseconds is 1 second. So, but that data is changing next 30 milliseconds. So, one data is no data. Electronics people know. It could be error. 2 data, you can't accept. You have to take 3, take 2 out of 3, majority logic. That is one data. So the computer will check consecutive 30 millisecond for 80 millisecond, take 2 out of 3. Is this sufficient? No. Quality because there is not sufficient. There is only one data. You take next cycle of, next 2 cycles of 80 millisecond. In this 270 millisecond, you take one data for each 90 millisecond. So take 2 out of 3. What a complex software programming, etc. But there is no other go. If you want to pressure is, you think 7 seconds will go no time. Human eyes cannot see and imagine. So 2 years we worked. Then somebody wanted to demonstrate 30 millisecond data acquisition and coding. So much of software and electronic work has gone. On the day of launch, this was reviewed by the bosses. Then chairman said, I didn't understand completely. Have lunch, come back. 2 days before launch, countdown starting. He listened completely, just a minute. The MD was sitting like this. He said, I think you guys, in the name of reliability, you have made such a complicated or simple issue. I don't know, software failure, computer failure, redundant chain. The redundant chain, not one chain data, one chain cross electrical. We can't allow more than 2 failures. Like this, electrical wiring redundancy, software redundancy. My goodness. Then he said, I am really scared of the launches. You are openly telling. I never knew this has got so much of complications. Will it work? Our computers are so reliable. By chance, computer malfunction, wrong data, false signal. What will you do? Sir, on ground simulation, we have done nearly 1,300 trials. Shivan was in charge of simulation. Current chairman ISRO was a simulation. Missions in charge. He said, sir, 1,300 we have done. I am very confident. Day of the launch, because solid once ignite like Yohasi, but you only cracker. You can't switch it on, it will go. Whether like it or not, it will go wherever it wants to. But liquid, you can close the valve and close. So on the day of the launch, countdown over, T-minus 12 minutes onwards, people got sweaty. My God, have you made a complicated software? False signal will it come? Good launch should not be spoiled. All the things were there. 0, 4 engines started. Graph was following closely. People are ready to smile, ready to clap. Push. Computers stopped all the 4 engines. Then we observed. After 6.5 seconds to 8.1 seconds, one engine was giving a lower pressure. Rate of rise was slightly lower. You could not even properly notice that computer screen are different colors. There was a hullabaloo. What happened? No launch. It is intentional or some problem. All these things came. Finally, people said one of the graph was shown, one below was rise was low, it was stopped. It was stopped. Each liquid rocket 60 tons of propellant. So 240 tons. Second stage, 300 tons of propellant had to be unloaded. Last time was evening 6 o'clock. So full night people were put on the job. They have to unload the dangerous, toxic, hazardous propellant. Retd nitric acid, dinitrogen tetroxide, and unsymmetrical dimethyl hydrazine UDMH. They have to be trained. Then they have to purge the propellant tank, all the pipelines with helium gas, inert gas, so that no acid vapor. Right? You know very well, NO2, small percentage goes inside. It will stay in the lung. It is denser than the air. So it will settle. They had one accident where 4 people got NO2 in their lungs, not back. It took 6 months for them to recover. So we have to purge and purge and purge. For 1 launch we used 2 crore worth of helium. 2 tons of helium imported from Dubai. Very expensive chemical. 2 crore we use. Then purge. all punching, wasting money, not useful work. Then next day, people came, the one strap-on which came lower pressure was taken out. They had a ready-made standby, anticipating this problem, one standby was there. That has to be assembled. Then there is another thing, it is aluminium alloy tank. It is very sensitive to chemical. Once you wet them with the propellant, within 30 days, after 30 days, they lose their mechanical properties. Corrosion. So we have to launch within 30 days, otherwise entire rocket hardware will go waste. What a great situation. So 21 days, 21st day we made a successful launch after replacing 140 engine rocket with another standby rocket. People who were 24 hours, people who were nothing to do with the liquid engine rocket also. At the time I was in Cryo, we are going to support those guys who work 3 days a shift. We help them get the coffee, chaya, and sometimes lunch they won't go to canteen for them, they work by itself. We bring lunch for them, keep. These are the small things. People who are not involved in the technical work can support us. It comes naturally, you know. Your friend is working 24 hours. You can't keep idle, taking rest in your home. You feel like going and doing something. So it was a great, unforgettable 21 days. Then launch was great success. Great success, not the greatest success, because there was a 0.4% small shortfall in the cryogenic engine outcome. This is the story of first GSLV launch, which happened. Incidentally, this is the first successful maiden launch in ISRO. SLV first launch failed. ASLV 2 failed. PSLV first launch failed. But GSLV also, heart and heart, people thought something beyond our mind would happen. Luckily, this is the one thing that happened, which you handled. It was a great successful launch. And the Russians, low-cosmos people who are cryogenic stage people, they were responsible for preparing the cryostate, clincher, etc. In the initial stage, they used to think very badly about us. You people, you are not rocket scientists. You are not fit for aeronautics. Unplanned work. Where is the document? Russian, everything they write. Without writing, no work. Writing in signature. This is not the way to work a rocket. Tomorrow something goes wrong, how do you identify the mistake? How are the ways to tell? But they have after we worked about 21 days, the chief came and told us, I think you should take rest, otherwise you will commit some mistakes. You should not work 18 hours a day. They were coming and consoling us. But one day before launch, we take rest. 2 days before launch, computer will run all the operation. Computer will launch in the computer, still satellite separates. That will tell us any software error or electronics error. One that is over, next day full rest. Nobody will go to office. Following day, countdown will start. That is how we work. And it has gone. First time Russians appreciated. We can't work like you. We need document, we need report, we read this, the computer. But you guys are somebody calls phone, we keep the phone, entering the data, and correcting everything. We can't work like that. So this is where, but to be a good aeronautical engineer, systematic work will ensure that you reach the goal. Some delay may be there, but we learn to be systematic with the Russians. Interestingly, before starting the launch campaign, the Russian team's bosses came. Some dozen space centers in Moscow, their bosses came. All 70 plus. All the directors were 70 plus. Their boss, we could not, even this chair is not sufficient for him. We had difficulty getting a chair for him to sit. Maybe 120 kg or 140 kg kind of fellow. He is an order of many, all that big government. First question he asked, do you have ISRO and Global working together? First time in the world, one country's rocket is sitting on another country's rocket, we are going to launch. But do you have, in order to make it success, do you have mutually signed list of operation document? Which are all the documents you use, assembly, nature, integration, etc. I wanted the list of documents. We didn't have a list. And quickly some draft computer list were there. All the printout and second staple given to them. They looked. There is no total number. There is no individual number. There is no signature. It's white out. He said, you hired Russians. You guys are doing a lousy job. You are spying in ISRO's work because you are not systematic. Close the meeting. Show me the list of operating document. Array, call off the launch. That night, I woke up many people giving me our list of document in a better way. Electronics, mechanical, engine checks, etc. It has been signed by, prepared by, reviewed by, approved by. Okay. But he didn't accept. Where is your boss signature? Boss should sign at the top. Again, we have taken to the director. He said, hey, I have not gone through this. Okay, sir, first time you see without reading. Otherwise, that was until launch will not take place. Okay. You are informed Minimum Airport launch day, aircraft flight path will change. You have tracking station in Australia, Canada, Nicobar. They are all ready for the launch. You can't just like that call off launch. Okay? So all this drama we have done. Finally, this document, he said, I agree, but I know it's the last minute, only 80% complete. Next launch, 100% complete document should reach me 2 months from now. Otherwise, no launch. But at that time, I was a villain. People say, this fellow, document, killer. Friends used to abuse me. Even they gave me name. You know, those days, gramophone record player is there. HME was the company, his master's voice. One dog will be there. That is a symbol, HME. So I got the name HME. I am supposed to be a Russian's dog. Whatever Russians say, I will come here and bark. All the titles I have got. But now, everybody is following me. So that new people are joining. Old people together we work, we know, but new people joining, we should know properly. So these are all some of the interesting other stories related to aeronautical work. No other field is applicable, only for aeronautics. Because aircraft hundreds of human lives. Unknown air, no one knows air. No prediction possible. Okay? And rocket, once it goes, it goes. You don't have control switch in ground. That's all autonomous. Okay. So GSLV was made in this complex configuration. And in the project report, they have made 2.5 ton they are supposed to launch as per the report they have given to government parliament. After the vehicle was configured, we made all the calculations of test data. It is not coming to 2.5 ton. It is coming to 2.28. What to do? So, one of the my friends found the keyword. Sir, 210 class of satellite. Not 2.5 ton. 2.5 ton class of satellite. Class means little less, little more. So these are all the difficult things you have gone through. These are the new work. These are all I will take. Aerodynamics of the rocket is new. We have the internal test. Internal test, one station is not sufficient. One is in Trivandrum, another one is NAL luckily. NAL one team when they have done, we compared data, some deviations were there. Then we found models, there is a slight variation. Model of internal test is such a critical job. One projection, slight angle different, your coefficient will be different. Very, very important. Again, new model was made, again repeat test was done. Okay. Structural dynamics, it went on doing. All new stages have to be understood, tested, vision design. Digital autopilot designer wants all the input data. Input data is coming and coming and coming. Okay. Then what kind of guidance scheme you will have? Closed loop or open loop? Partly open or partly closed? All are complex thing. vehicle sequencing, cryogenic engine. It is filled with helium and there are 100 bags, 30 pyrobars are there. Because inside the cryogenic engine pipeline, if there is a little bit of air, 0.5 ppm air, what will happen when you fill with low temperature liquid hydrogen, 20 Kelvin, 90 Kelvin oxygen, the small air flow will become a crystal. It will float in the liquid somewhere. When the engine starts, that crystal, you don't know when it will enter into the pipeline, which valve it will choke, you don't know. So specification is 20 parts per billion nitrogen, 20 parts per billion oxygen. So that became a very big issue. So vehicle sequencing cryo, each compartment is fabricated, each assembled with a pyroval. Nobody can tamper it. Each pyroval has to be opened in a particular sequence. Then liquid hydrogen, from the tank you open liquid hydrogen, the combustion chamber, will it enter the liquid? No, it passes through metals. It will become vapor, partial liquid. Combustion is so small. Then why don't you make control system for us? Engine acceleration control, thrust control, you make it very elegant, weight can be saved, upper stage, all that. Because they have to board. Then our people worried, the responsibility is the board doesn't work. Contractual obligations. And they praised our electronic engineers saying that Russian can work only Russian equipments, not others. Whereas Indian electronic engineer, American chip, French adapter, German connector, whatever available you buy, they are asking how you are able to use for different international standards. Sir, you put adapters. You put adapter everywhere. Okay? I can tell you, be proud to be an Indian engineer, I can tell you. No? We can survive under any condition, still work, still we can progress. Even though we are not making IC chips, we are not making so many things. What is available? That is again because of typical middle class frugal mindset. Okay? This we learn from Russia. They didn't tell us, my God, you can't work like this in avionics. Like this, you have worked 10 years, so he has gone, what is the issue you ask? Okay? So these are all some of the side effects boost your mind. But this is how it trace. See, from Shigarikota, it passes through Shah, Port Blair, Brunei, Bayak. Brunei, oil sultan, richest man in the world. Any Benz car, new model, automatically it is delivered to him. Full of oil fee. But we have set up a tracking station there. Because we have to track, that is where stage separation takes place. We should know every stage ignition, every stage separation. Otherwise you won't know vehicle performance. So wherever the vehicle trace is happening, we put Brunei. Then Bayak is Indonesia. Indonesia, there is a separate unit, ISRO, telemetry tracking unit. We call them Nadonian, that is vagabonds. Wherever tracking station is required, they will go work there. They don't have a specific laboratory workplace. Okay. Indonesia, we identify the university as a better place. We worked through the foreign secretary, etc. for that. Then our people located a place where no blockage is there, put a tracking station. Launch is over, they came back. Next year launch, when they have gone, in front of the tracking station, a multi-story building has come. You cannot see anything. Because nobody knows this is what tracking building. Then with great difficulty, they put a temporary structure adjacent. They moved a tracking station there. From there, second launch was tracked. See, these are all the funny things we go with international operations. Then from this, the wind biasing. See, we know wind direction. We make use of the wind prediction. Accordingly, we apply control. That is what is simply wind biasing. The liquid engine converting into strap-on, we had a lot of difficulties. They improved the pressure also. Then the engine has to, nozzle has to gimbal, space must be there, all those things are there. Then we improved propellant tank, propellant quality also by small mixing. This is how the cryogenic engine looks. You see, this is the liquid hydrogen tank. This is the level sensor. This is the liquid oxygen tank. See, there is a cavity. This is the engine. The reason is, aerodynamically, L/D ratio is very important. The vehicle is longer and thinner. Vehicle may break because aerodynamics. So, the Russians came with the innovative idea. The engine was originally below the liquid oxygen tank. So much of length they have saved by making a cavity of the tank, putting the engine inside that. Then this liquid oxygen is 10 tons, this is 2 tons. Do you believe it? 2 tons is such a huge tank, 10 tons is such a small tank. What is the logic? Why liquid oxygen tank is so tall for 2 tons and liquid oxygen for 10 tons it is so small? Why? High school question, not aeronautics. High school. Density. Liquid hydrogen is 0.014 kg per meter cube. Liquid oxygen is 1.14 kg per meter cube. 15 times difference. That is why. Okay. This is a helium bottle for pressurizing the liquid propellant. Russian came with engineer's design. The gas bottle 400 bar pressure was kept inside the lock stand. Because at a low temperature, for the same volume, we can have a higher pressure and higher mass. You understand? Otherwise, normal temperature compared to that pressure, you keep inside the low temperature liquid, the pressure will go down with the temperature. You can load more gas. These are all some of the innovations required for them. Then again, these connecting structures, the metal aluminum tank, initially room temperature launch pad. When you load with the liquid hydrogen, 20K aluminum, 1.2 mm to 1.8 mm, it will shrink by 6 mm. If you put a rigid structure will collapse. So there is a ball and socket joint moving. Circumferentially, it will move. Accordingly, it will adjust. They are all very simple mechanical engineering, physical principle. We all know. But when you design, to think about that, you need some inner sight of what you study. Safety. These are the helium, 3 helium gas bottle structure, the level sensor, and propellant loading, you know very well, fuel loading should be known very well. Then only you can calculate the profile and velocity. Whereas when you fill liquid oxygen, liquid hydrogen, it is continually evaporating. How will you know? You cannot simply stop before lift off. So there is a specific method by which the volume, unleashed volume is cooled, warm brightness is removed. Hydrogen also top layer is warm, there is only warm temperature throughout. So that also is removed. Subcooled, lower than the tank temperature, special condenser, it cools below 20K. It is filled the last 5 minutes, so that at the end, level is very clear, volume is very clear, temperature is very clear, therefore you know density, you know exactly what the mass flow. And if doesn't take place according to sequence, there is no launch. Cryogenic propellant filling system, if it doesn't say yes, launch will be held. Can you imagine? Because upper stage mass is so critical. In spite of all that, for the first mission, we found that cryogenic engine velocity fell short by 0.4%. Less propellant or more weight. That's the reason. I think with this, I have said whatever I want to focus. This is a launch sequence. It takes 84 days. Now we are able to do 50 days. All manual operations. This I want to prove. From 2.5 ton to 2.2 ton class for the first launch when all the hardware was made. This was the satellite weight. Can you imagine? Where is all the theory? Where is all the design? Mechanical, aero, whatever it is. Okay? Then, like I said, satellite has been injected. That's all. That's important. Second launch, we made some improvement, made 1820. Third launch, further improvement we have made. Fourth launch, we reached 2.2 could not be reached. 2.14 only could be reached. We are all feeling very bad. Then we came across a report in a journal where the French engine HM7 engine, when they launched their variant 4 rocket, exactly same numbers, 15, 18, 20, unbelievable. 1945, 2170. We are all relieved. We are not the only inefficient people in the world. Whole world is trying their best because you can't simply quote a number and work on it. We need safety and security. Now, GSLV Mark 3, Chandrayaan-2 weight. Does anyone remember? Chandrayaan-2 satellite. What is the weight? Aero guys, future space scientists, future fighter pilots. Some girls are there. Girls are known to have a better memory power. What is the Chandrayaan-2 weight at launch? 4840. So Mark 3 is meant for 5-ton satellite. Okay. These are the different satellite launches, flights. Then we had one failure. The failure after failure, we won't. That should be released in time for the takeoff. It is attached to a solid rocket nozzle. If it doesn't work, rocket will go without the nozzle. Nozzle will be held by the ground core system. So anything can fail to a funny way. And till it clears the umbilical cover, no guidance program, control program is given. Because P plus, P minus, Y plus, Y which are minus plus,